sparkly.
I'm bubbly.
And together, we're Mineragua.
The fresh, sparkling water for those who are bubbling over with life.
And crave new experiences.
Are you thirsty for adventure, more laughs, and more excitement?
With Mineragua in hand, it's easy to live life with sparkle.
Just look for the glass bottles with tiny bubbles wrapped in blue.
And you'll taste and feel the difference of Mineragua sparkling water.
Mineragua, get your fizz.
If your tank water heater's over 8 years old, you may be sitting on a ticking time bomb. It could start leaking without warning, causing far more damage than the loss of the heater itself. Consider replacing it with a Navien tankless water heater. No storage tank to leak, endless hot water for spa-like comfort, longer life, and backed by Navien's strong warranty. Before time runs out, visit tanklessmadesimple.com for the name of your Navien contractor.
Count on Navien.
Hey, Ola, it's Miles. Thank you guys for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast.
Have you heard our newest podcast? It's called The Greatest Story Never Told.
Download it today on radio.com. Be sure to subscribe. New episodes are uploaded every Tuesday at noon.
This is the Men's Room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
You're listening to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
As we told you at the top of the show, the NCAA tournament will be played without fans. It's going to be weird as hell. Already in Europe, in Italy especially, soccer games around Europe will be played in empty stadiums. Delta American Airlines announced reduction in domestic international flights.
Italy canceled their whole league for a month.
They did?
Wow.
Yep. Sharks down in San Jose. NHL is determining plans for home games after a crowd ban. The Mariners here in Seattle don't look to play here in March, as the tentative plan is. That could change, obviously. And all Seattle public schools are closed for at least 2 weeks.
At least.
At least 2 weeks due to the outbreak. Our question, who didn't want you around, or who did you not want around? 844-999-OLA.
My kids are going to call this show next week and answer this question. Hello, Randall. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola, bicholos.
Hola. So, Randall, who didn't want you around?
Oh, it's who I wouldn't want around, and neither would anybody else. It would be my ex-wife.
Okay.
I met her when I was 14 years old. We were high school sweethearts, dated for a while. Eventually went our own separate ways. Met later on in life. Got married just short of my 25th birthday. And she's a very beautiful woman. She's very sweet. She just drips honey when she's getting what she wants.
All right.
Now, if you get in the area where she's unhappy, ain't nobody happy. You would not want to be cooped up with her in a confined space for a very long period of time.
What do you think would happen? You guys were still married. You're on one of these cruise ships that is unexpectedly quarantined. You have 14 days and a tiny cabin together. Does she kill you? Do you kill her, or what?
Well, I don't raise a hand to a woman.
But I'll shoot her.
There were those instances, I got punched, kicked, slapped. One day she picked up a screwdriver. I heard her pick it up off the counter. I turned around and dug just before it missed my head.
Why?
I would be dead.
Why did she throw a screwdriver at your head?
I don't know. Some trivial argument over something. I don't know. It was always... I never cheated on her. I didn't do drugs. I didn't drink. I worked. We had a nice life. We didn't go on extravagant vacations, but the bills were paid. Money is in the bank. We went to concert, to baseball games and such. So
what was her trigger? What set her off?
When she wasn't getting what she wanted.
And what did she typically want? Because if you did all that,
to be constantly entertained. She was a spendthrift. She came from money. Her parents had money, and so. She didn't understand we were a young couple starting out. We needed to save our money and make good investments like her parents did in order to have that lifestyle.
All right. So you had to be the bad cop all the time and say, look, we can't afford to go here tonight, or maybe we'll wait for payday, or whatever the deal is?
Yeah, exactly.
And
yep.
So what ended up, you get a divorce. Where is she now? Did she get remarried? No,
she never remarried, and neither did I. And I'm a 58 years old now. We were married for a year and a half. We actually had a son, and he's married now. He's almost 30 years old. He's married. I've got 2 grandkids. So in a way, we are still part of each other's lives. I haven't spoken to her in probably 20 years. But we have a son. We have grandchildren together.
Do you guys ever see each other? I mean, where you have to around Thanksgiving, Christmas, right?
Maybe your grandchildren get married?
No, I mean, my son, he went and eloped. I wasn't there. His mother wasn't there. So no, whenever there's anything significant like that, she will either be there or I will be there, but we're never there together.
And is that a choice that you're making?
Well, my son, he's not dumb. He's not dumb. He knows better.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it's terribly
and
uncomfortable.
Give a heads up. Hey, Ma's on her way. You might want to duck out in the garage.
Okay. Man, that much time goes by and it's still like that.
I know. And it was only a year and a half. I mean, that's sometimes the amount of time somebody dates somebody. I mean, even if you're married or not, it's not very long.
They're still just his parents. I mean, do your mom and your dad get together?
I hope not. God,
right, it's terrible. I got to a point where I was
hell.
like, I don't want to hang out with both of you. It is incredibly uncomfortable.
Who didn't want you around, or who did you not want around? 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Trevor. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitch, hola, and liquor and whores.
Hola! So who didn't want you around?
Well, it's kind of the other way around. I didn't want her around, and that would be my ex-girlfriend of 5 years. Broke up in August. Found out she was sleeping around at work. Some other guy worked with her at Goodwill. I discovered that in her phone one day.
Oh, my God. Once again, bedroom colors, here are the 7 words you can't say on the radio. Sucker, mother, and please keep those words in mind when calling. Now, back to the program.
Hey, Mike, what did he say that he was going to tell us? I'm just kind of curious. What did he tell you?
He just told me he didn't want his ex around. I didn't get that far into the story there.
Okay.
Yeah, we had to dump that. We're not even going to repeat that.
No, we're not. No.
That took a sudden turn for all of us.
Yeah. And granted, in most relationships, the reason that you're not together is because you don't want to be around each other anymore. I think that's understood.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, look, this question's very simple.
You can separate and still be cordial, I guess, but it wouldn't be like, hey, let's go on a weekend away together, or let's go out on Friday night again, or you know what I mean. I think once you establish that, it's pretty well known that more than likely you're not going to be together socially anymore.
That's why they call it breaking up.
Now, not saying that you don't have mutual friends. Maybe you wouldn't run into each other at an event or a party or something like that. That's understandable. But to purposefully make it a point to hang out, that does not happen, you know? Who didn't want you around, or who did you not want around? 844-999-OLA.
Wow.
That guy.
Hello. Yeah, no doubt. Hello, Eric. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So I have an interesting story that shocked me when it happened, and it shocked a few when I've told it. I was about 17 years old in high school. Went to a house party one Saturday evening with a few friends, walked in, hung out for a bit, and about 20 minutes later, a young lady came down from upstairs and said, "Who's here?" And, of course, there's 100 people there, and people are like, "What do you mean, who's here?" Lots of people are here. And she goes, "No, someone different is here. The Ouija board stopped about 20 minutes ago."
Say what now?
And the Ouija board stopped working about 20 minutes prior to that.
Okay, so she's got this sense.
Obviously, some people in life carry spirituality with them in certain instances, and my dad's a minister. Not to say I carry that with him like my dad does, but it really made an impact on me if that was truly the case. You know, my protecting angel was with me at all times, and that made a difference. And then I heard later, after they told me to leave. And after...
Wait a minute, hang on. You're at a party with about 100 people. The Ouija board stops working because you're there as they see it.
Well, that's the thing. That was the hypothesis, and someone said, well, your dad's a minister, maybe it's you. And I said, well, I doubt it, because whatever, I'm a kid, doesn't matter, And they told me to leave, and come to find out, it started back up after I left.
Okay, and how old were you at this point in time in your life?
17.
17 years old. Okay, I understand.
Damn, got thrown out of a party because a Ouija board stopped working.
You do realize that
you creepy son of a bitch.
The Ouija board was made by Hasbro.
Right.
No, I get that, and I get that. I'm not saying one way or another, but that was pretty creepy to think that, because there is hypothesis out there that the Ouija board does have some sort of,
I think it's creepy because they asked you to leave.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's when you go like, well, damn, man. I mean, 100 people are like, you got to go.
I mean, look, you could have been playing Monopoly and got in a fist fight.
But it's not real.
What's that?
But they're not real.
Well, but when you're 17 years old.
No, I get it. I just
like everything else.
It's just raised big questions and go, okay, what is the truth, But no, it was a crazy situation, but they asked me to leave, and then, I hear later what I heard. But yeah, it was weird at 17 to even hear that.
Yeah, it seems a little wackadoo, to be sure. But I mean, you're the one who felt like you needed to leave. So anytime everyone
as soon as they said that, hey, you should leave, I'm like, I'm not. No question for me. Let's get out of here.
If you got 100 people think you're carrying like a devil with you, and they're like, just go. It doesn't matter how ridiculous it is. You just kind of,
not only that, but that's probably not the mental state of people that you want to be around, just in general. In life.
People freak out with those things.
Yeah,
100%. I'm with you. Sometimes you get asked to leave somewhere. It's like,
you just go.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd be happy to. I didn't want to come to this stupid
That's
party
anyway. Say that on the way out. I didn't want to be here. I'm taking the ashtray with me.
Who didn't want you around, or who did you not want around? 844-999-OLA.
I'm taking your sandwich board out front, too.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, that dog is not cute.
As I will say, I did get mad one time, tried to snatch up the sandwich board. I was going to take it. They're a little heavier than I thought.
Really?
Yeah, I went about half.
I like that move.
I went about half a block. I'm like, yeah, you got to walk 20 feet to get it now.
Mm-hmm. Also, take your fingers off how quickly the board snapped together.
Hello, Bob. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, guys.
Hola. So, Bob, who didn't you want to be around?
There's someone we didn't want to be.
Okay.
My wife and I have a party. We lived out in the north end of Tacoma, overlooked the bay. They did the fireworks every year. So a bunch of coworkers thought it'd be a great idea. We'll have a spody at our apartment. So we arrange it, and everyone agrees to not tell one of our coworkers of many that were coming. Nobody liked the guy. He's one of those guys. So we have the party. Everyone shows up. We make the spody, cut all the fruit, do all the booze, all that stuff. And lo and behold, he pulls in. And he proceeds to walk straight in the party. He puts his bag down. He starts cracking beers and all sorts of weird alcohol. It completely ruins it. And it just got to the point where no one wanted him around. So I just made up a lie, said our landlord said we have to kill the party. We're done. I told everyone just drive down the street, wait for him to leave. Once you see him leave, everyone come back. We'll reconvene. And so we did. And he couldn't get his car started. So we all just kind of sat around waiting. But long story short, the guys close and left. Everyone came back, and we partied and watched the fireworks. So it turned out good. But
damn, man,
that's it's a lot of work.
Stop inviting people.
You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
I'm Sparkly.
I'm Bubbly.
And together, we're Mineragua.
The fresh, sparkling water for those who are bubbling over with life
and crave new experiences.
Are you thirsty for adventure, more laughs, and more excitement?
With Mineragua in hand, it's easy to live life with sparkle.
Just look for the glass bottles with tiny bubbles wrapped in blue.
And you'll taste and feel the difference of Mineragua sparkling water.
Mineragua, get your fizz.
Bundling home and car insurance with Geico is so easy, your neighbors are probably already doing it. But who? Look for the signs. Do they have a home and or car? Are they saving lots of money? Do they seem unusually happy? Do they have a child named Geico?
Geico, dinner time!
Have they recently purchased a drone? That's unrelated to the Geico thing, I just really like to try one. But if you notice these other things, you may want to ask them how easy it was to bundle with Geico. Bundling is easy with Geico. Just ask your neighbors.
We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
All right, time for a few emails here from the men's room at mensroomlive.com.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
We will jump right into the birthdays, guys. Today is my fiance Kyle's birthday. You may know him better as the men's room statistician. He's the guy that counts up all the dumps and all those things like the one we had earlier. His 33rd trip around the sun should be a good one. And since we're getting married, to help him gear up for this big year, can he get Coach Ted psyching him up for how great it will be to be married. Thank you guys for doing this and bringing laughter to our commute daily. That from the lovely Jessica.
Well, Kyle, good news. Coach knows a lot about marriage. One thing I know, everybody that's married loves it. Talks to me all the time. Say, Coach, when you get married, you got to jump in the pool. So we're all swimming in this pool, having a blast. You're going to be more than happy, and yeah. Jessica, hope that makes you happy.
You do hear that all the time, though. Come on in. The water's warm. Constantly.
It's the only thing people feel fine. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody's got something they're a little, you're just not good at or it makes you awkward or whatever, right? But you don't come up to people generally and pick on those things. But people have no issue being like, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand. What's your problem?
Well, why you don't get married?
Why you don't get married?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
I'm married. I understand.
I dated a woman I could have married.
Ted, I understand. You don't ever have to explain that to me.
Ultimate Challenge is my 49th
It's out of
lap.
line is my point, you married miserable people.
It's my 49th lap around the big blazing ball in the sky. Can I get it? Your penis is too small and an owl hitting the window. Thanks, guys. That from Jason in Roy. Guys, today my mom Tara, pronounced Tara, it's her birthday. She's one of the most caring and kind people I know and the best mom to me and the siblings and I. I'm sure she'd get a big kick out of some thrill gets and Coach Ted hyping her up about the big 5-0. Thanks, fellas. That from Josh.
Get. Woo! Turn it 50. Coach got a little scrapple. Scrapple on that one. Turn it 50. They call 50 the new 40. Why is that? Because Coach only got about 10 years till he's 50, and that's what he's going to say. They say you're over the hill at 50, but it's 2020, so you'll probably live a long life. Long enough to become the villain.
Jesus. All of Jones, I'd like to wish my husband Steve a happy 54th birthday with an original fish sandwich and the Dirty Germans talking all about his big firewood. Thanks, guys. That from Lindsay.
Fish sandwich?
Yeah, you think you're being funny calling it firewood. After tonight, it will actually burn.
Yeah, the main thing with this big firewood is that this German is all about the teepee style.
Yeah?
Yeah, some people log cabin. I'm a teepee guy.
I call mine the Duralog. It lights quickly and stays around for a while.
Got that weird smell to it, though.
The Duralog or me?
The Duralog.
Yeah.
Sure, that too.
Yeah.
Miles, you a teepee or?
TB.
Log cabin? Yeah.
Yeah, TB.
You meet a log cabin guy over here and there.
Yeah. I got some good kindling, typically. All the gentlemen and Robin, my 56 turn around the sun is today. I doubt I'll get a shout out, and damn sure I won't get a bong rip, so I'd like a bong rip with a you like that in the middle. Thanks, guys. That from Raymond. All right, guys, here we go. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
Let's see here. We got a couple extra emails we can read. What is the subject of this one? The subject is Profile This. What up, bitches?
What up?
I thought you might like to know about this card game seemingly inspired by Profile This. It is a card game called Right or Racist, which presents you with either facts or stereotypes and asks players to determine which it is. I'm curious to know if you've tried it out and what you think of it. All the best. That from Lee.
I have not tried it out. I can assure you they didn't take it from us. No one ever steals our ideas, that's for sure. But I would be curious to try that out.
Yeah.
What was it called again?
Right or Racist.
Right or Racist. Dumbest name you've ever heard.
Can't they be one and the same?
I was going to say, can't you be both? Like, you are correct, but that was racist the way you said it.
Right. It's all how the words you use.
Right.
And the context. Bitches,
2 plus 2 is 4, Whitey.
Right.
Like, all right, he's right.
It's all the correct math, but it seems a bit aggressive.
Felt real racist.
So not much of a dumb name, but an unforgettable one. When I was 14 or so, my friend and I were looking up dirty names to prank call in the phone book. Remember when that kind of used to be a thing?
I really do.
Well, naturally, we started with the letter F, and although there were obviously no names that we had hoped for, there was a name. Tucker T. Fudpucker. I decided I had to call this dude. Turns out he was a Native American guy in his 60s, and he said his name was just a weird translation from his native language, to the English language. He ended up talking to me for about 15 minutes, and when I asked how weird it was for me to call him based on his name, he said he'd get 2 or 3 calls a month from random people who were just curious of where his name originated. Tucker T. Fudpucker. Nice guy, though, that from Dax.
I just remember this one time vividly, but certainly as teenagers, we would do the same thing. We got to the F's. It was the Baltimore City phone book. At that time, there were 730,000 people in the city of Baltimore. But there's one guy whose last name could double either as kindling or say a slur against a gay person. So we call him to let him know, you're the only in the phone book. His response, I know. We felt bad, hung up. Like, obviously, we were not the first to alert.
No. God, I did that to somebody the other day.
What?
Just said something, and they were just like, yeah.
Oh, right, just with that tone.
Just like, really.
You had to bring it up.
Right, like, you're the 10th dude today to make that.
You're very insensitive.
Sorry.
All fellas, as a longtime listener, I am attuned to the ongoing debate regarding which animal is more dangerous to encounter, great white sharks or chimpanzees.
There's no argument.
If you haven't seen it, there's now a show called Fatal Attractions on Amazon Prime, and it showcases people that suffer the consequences of keeping exotic pets that can ruin your day.
I thought it was only about beavers.
Season 1, Episode 3, simply titled Chimps. All I gotta say is holy F. I was on Team Great White there for quite some time. I just finished watching said episode, and I can say now, with certainty, that I would gladly swim laps in a saltwater Olympic-sized pool filled with great whites and raw beef than be around a grown, strong, mature adult chimp. I remember years ago, I believe that might have been when the debate actually started on the show, but not sure, when you guys discussed the story of the woman whose face was ripped off by the chimp. That story is featured in that episode.
Yeah, because she's the woman who got her face ripped off by a chimp.
Cheers, guys. That from Prison Mike.
One of the more famous chimp stories.
I mean, as far as chimps mauling a person, that's the one I remember most. It was in Connecticut.
Chimp was on Prozac?
Chimp was on Prozac. They were trying to court it back into the home. It was in the front yard, would not go back in. This woman pulled up to visit her friend, knew she had the pet chimp, was familiar with the pet chimp, and thought it'd be a good idea to wave a Tickle Me Elmo in front of the chimp. Now, I'm not saying anything about the character of Elmo, but it'd make a chimp crazy.
Let's see. Guys, yesterday at a major retailer in the area, there was an old man who walked in, looked like a normal elderly man, wearing shorts, until he walked past the registers, put his leg to the side, and poop falls out on the floor.
Oh!
First it hit his leg, bounced off, and landed on the ground.
Come on.
There are people everywhere. It's not like this man tried to hide it or seemingly to really care for that matter, because yes, he continued to shop as if nothing happened. Supervisor saw him poop on the floor, and the man told him he just got out of the hospital and didn't take his medicine. That's it. He walked off then to continually shop like it was perfectly normal, and that was a perfectly normal thing to do. So the manager put a cone by it while he found the maintenance person, poor little pregnant girl, who had to clean up this human mess. Before she got there, though, along comes a new guy not paying attention, steps into it, and walks around the register area before noticing and spreads the crap and the hideous crap smell all over. So no one could believe basically what just happened. And then the new kid steps in the old man's crap. Meanwhile, the old man is still walking around with his S on his leg, like he could care less, like he's strolling in the park. He didn't know if you should laugh or cry, but most everyone, although horrified, was laughing in the end. The ironic thing was that that particular place was sold out of toilet paper. Just couldn't stop laughing all day.
I was going to ask, and the story ended up ending, why would you put the cone next to it? I feel like if I have a cone, put it over it, right?
Could be, yeah.
Like just put the cone over it.
Hey, you don't put the cone next to the dog. You put it over his head.
Yeah, exactly. You don't lay it next to him on the put it over it, because that's what happens.
Did you ever collect traffic cones when you were a kid?
Sure.
Yeah, at least one.
They become a bullhorn.
Right.
Or a tee. If you're practicing baseball at home by yourself.
Meanwhile, there was a car accident in front of the house, but man, oh man.
You got to get in those swings.
I know I'm a little bit late, but I listened to your podcast there on radio.com, and you asked a question at one point, what did you buy on the cheap, and how did that work out? Years ago, my husband's birthday was right around the corner, and I wanted to find an awesome gift for him, but my budget was extremely tight. He collected weapons mostly as decoration, and was at one point talking to a friend about wanting a trident. So I thought I'd try to find him a trident. After a bit of searching, I found what I thought was the perfect one. The Trident was originally $70, but they had it on sale for 50% off. I purchased it thinking, sweet, I got the weapon he wanted, and it only cost $35. I was so excited to give it to him. My excitement faded when the package arrived. I was expecting a Trident to be huge like it appeared in the photos. You guys, The trident was as big as my hand, small enough to roast a hot dog on. To add insult to injury, it was only half a trident, too. The 3-prong piece was there, but it wasn't connected to anything to hold it with. When my husband came home, I told him the very same story I just told you and then showed it to him. He found it to be hilarious. He hung it up on the wall next to his sword, and that's where it stayed for years. Anytime we had friends over for the first time, we'd always make it a point to show them the super cool weapon his girlfriend got him and tell them the story behind it. Love the show. I listen to it every day at work. Please keep doing what you're doing, and have a great one. That from Paige in Vancouver.
Now, the men's room wants to know, who sucks less?
Hey, time for Who Sucks Less. Steve McClure, you bring us 3 stories from the news each and every week. They all suck to some degree, but it's up to us to determine which of these 3 stories, in fact, suck the least. Now, if you like the Men's Room on Facebook, or you follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live, the debate is already underway on Who Sucks Less.
Yes, indeed, and as always, 3 stories. Look, this case, we know coronavirus going across the country. Any major events, for the most part, is getting canceled. That includes the South by Southwest Festival. That's a big one. So they are entering the realm of Who Sucks Less. They'll also be competing against 2 different women, but both women threw a massive tantrum at a Burger King. 2 different places in the country, but just, all right, so South by Southwest Festival versus Burger King. 2 women who both overreacted at a Burger King. But let's start with South by Southwest. As you know, it has, in fact, been canceled this year. Due to concerns over the spread of coronavirus. Well, the company behind the festival, they're now refusing to refund thousands of ticket buyers for their purchases, which does kind of suck. But according to South by Southwest terms and conditions of participation, their strict no refund policy states, and I quote, any and all payments made to South by Southwest are not refundable for any reason, including, without limitation, failure to use credentials due to illness, acts of God, travel-related problems, acts of terrorism, loss of employment, and or duplicate purchases. Basically, no matter the reason, they ain't giving you your money back. But due to the cancellation, the festival also had to lay off 1/3 of its employees, a decision they referred to as the only way to stop the bleeding. Now, I call that into question only because they're not refunding anyone's money, but you don't have to pay the overhead now for an entire multi-day festival. If you're wondering, the average ticket price for South by Southwest, anywhere from $1,325 to $1,650. That's the average price. And like anything, you can always pay as much as you want, but that's how you get it. But they do have a very strict policy. It says we don't give. But even though we have all of this money and now we don't have to spend your money, we're going to keep the money and lay off people instead. That's South by Southwest. Now let's go to Michigan, where a woman was detained after she attacked staff at a local Burger King for getting her burger order wrong. But just follow this one to the end. An employee at Burger King told police the woman stormed into Burger King, demanded a refund for a burger. She claimed that the burger had tomatoes on it, even though she requested that it does not have tomatoes. Now, she was offered a complimentary replacement meal in lieu of a refund, but she rejected the offer. She wanted the cash. Then she went on a rampage. The video shows her and an unidentified man charging into the Burger King. The man appeared to hold a bag of food. In the next moment, the woman launched a cookie display at the employees behind the counter. That fell to the ground and shattered. She hit one of the employees in the arm with the display. He wasn't injured, but he was still hit. Then she tried to lunge over the counter. I can't explain her physical appearance, but she struggled to do so, is how they put it in the article here. But before leaving Burger King, she threw food at the staff and launched a wet floor sign at them as well. She was arrested and charged with 4 misdemeanor counts, blah, 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 blah. 2 weeks after this incident, she threw another tantrum at a Cricket Wireless. She ruined a phone display when she learned that the cell phone she wanted to buy did not come with a new contract, so she stole the phone. She's now charged with larceny and disturbing the peace. This is what she does. Here's the thing you need to know about this Burger King burger that had tomatoes on it. She requested it didn't. She had gotten it the day before. Wow. Yeah, so she's coming back the next day to make they don't know. They don't believe her. That's why they said you can have a replacement meal, but we're not going to give you money for something we can't prove. Anyway, let us continue. In this case, we go to another Burger King, and in this case, at the Burger King drive-thru, the building started burning. Fire alarms were blaring. Burger King employees had to evacuate to the parking lot while they waited for the fire department to show up. But all of a sudden, a woman in a red car pulls up to the Burger King restaurant window, and she demands a refund on her Burger King food. Now, the employees shout. They're trying to explain, hey, man, you got to get out of the way because the building's on fire. And it was visible because the orange flames coming out of the window and smoke is billowing out of the top. So she drives a few feet away, steps out of the car, then shouts at the fast food employees demanding her money back, telling the employees she doesn't care that the entire restaurant's on fire. I want my money back. So let's unpack this. First of all, she probably paid for the sandwiches in the first window when everyone started evacuating the building. She's sitting around the second window, didn't get her Whopper, chicken sandwich, whatever. So we get that you're hangry, but we're saying let's try to be civil when the building's on fire. But she wasn't hearing that. She then went on to berate them, saying, this is why they only make $13 an hour, to which one fast food employee shouted back, we only make 10. When she finally gets back in her car, she says to the passenger, they're yelling that it's on fire. And then they drive away. That's all. So those are your three stories. We have South by Southwest, and look, I can't say they very clearly state, but somewhere in the small print there, if you buy a ticket to South by Southwest, it does not matter what your reason is. They are not going to give you your money back.
Okay.
We also have the woman at the Burger King in Michigan. She's claiming there were tomatoes on her sandwich. Who knows? Either way, they offer her a free meal. She starts throwing things at employees, tried to jump her fat ass over the counter, didn't happen. And then finally, we have the final Burger King woman who, in spite of it being on fire, wanted a refund and was mad at the employees.
Debate's coming in. If you like the men's room on Facebook, it looks to be that most people are saying that South by Southwest sucks the least on this. But if you'd like to get into the debate, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live and like the Men's Room on Facebook. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
You can tell when your car battery's dying. But with your water heater, you'll never know until it starts leaking. Before you buy another tank, consider a Navien tankless water heater. No storage tank to heat or leak. Lower energy bills and endless hot water for spa-like comfort. All backed by Navien's strong warranty. If your water heater is over 8 years old, it's time to check out Navien at tanklessmadesimple.com.
Count on Navien. For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering supplies and solutions for every industry, with 24/7 support and experienced staff at over 250 local branches. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hola, bitches. You're listening to the Men's Room.
Coming up in just 8 minutes, we will drink, we will toast with a shot of the day, and we do have your headlines on the way 1 hour from now. First, quick check into Mike Hawk for some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
All right, a man in Ontario has tattooed his entire body blue. He says he did it because he had a, quote, lack of confidence, and being blue apparently helps him.
All right. I mean, I guess whatever it takes, man. That would not be the route I would take.
Cool tat, dude.
He can also play the drums real good now.
There you go. He knows what he is for Halloween every year. Yeah. Put on a white hat. Be a Smurf.
Somebody from Avatar.
Every single... Well, yeah, Avatar and... yeah, you're right. The Smurfs, that's it.
All right.
Okay, would he be offended if I put on Blueface?
He would be the one.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he'd be like the one person, right?
Does he stand up at Blue Man Group like that was saying?
He and Papa Smurf.
Right.
He's a big fat liar.
Nice. I get that reference. Good call. An anti-bullying activist in Texas has been arrested for assaulting an elderly family member. And he's an anti-bullying activist. I don't know.
Oh, right. Funny how that always seems to play out.
Mm-hmm. A youth hockey... You're right.
Sorry. That is unbelievable.
A youth hockey coach in Massachusetts has been fired after he stormed the ice during a game and attacked a referee. A youth hockey coach.
Come on, man.
What's going on, man? We got anti-bullying people beating up their old family members. We got youth hockey coaches storming the ice and beating up referees. Damn.
I mean, you can run whatever you want at a certain date, like that ref's not your problem. Right. You got something seriously wrong or whatever's going on in your life. I don't know.
It ain't
now
the ref.
You're taking it out on a ref.
Yep.
At a youth hockey game.
Exactly.
Good optics.
Bud Light Lemonade is starting to hit the stores, apparently.
Bud Light Lemonade.
Bud Light Lemonade.
I always thought to myself, every time I drink a refreshing lemonade, like, what can I do to make this worse? I know. Add Bud Light.
I have heard it is very good.
Really? As I was going to say, does it taste like lemonade that just has liquor in it?
Do you guys enjoy a summer shandy?
I don't.
Not really.
So imagine like a summer shandy, but not as sweet.
I don't know what it is, Ted. Every time you say shandy, I want to hit you. I don't know. I don't know.
Shandy.
Stop it. I hate that. I don't know what it is about that. Would you like a shandy? You're talking about first. Right. It's probably not the proper response. I don't know what it is. It's like, people have the reaction to moist.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Something about the word shandy. Just knowing it's a drink just pisses me off.
But it's a summer shandy.
I know. I can't explain it. I just hate it.
Well, that's why Bud Light Lemonade is here, so I don't have to say it anymore.
Here it is.
Several new species of bacteria, are you ready for this, related to chlamydia have been discovered deep in the Arctic Ocean.
Won't be deep for long.
We call it the Koala Ocean now.
That ocean is now passable.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they're discovering cutter ships that they knew were down there, but they've never been able to access, or they've been able to basically just, if you want to go over the top of the earth now, you can go over the top of the earth.
All right.
Never been done before.
My thing is like, wait, you want to go explore this cutter ship, but in that same ocean, there's chlamydia.
Yeah.
There's chlamydia in the ocean. I'm not getting in there, man.
They just pour a bunch of pills in there to make it better.
Get a Z-Pack and dive in.
Chlamydia in the ocein.
I know. We have ocean chlamydia. How'd you get chlamydia? I went swimming.
That's the worst way to get it.
Got it from a penguin.
Right? Because you can either have it through sex.
Right.
A koala attacks you, or the ocean.
Right.
The ocean's the worst. I went swimming.
Right.
Ocean chlamydia.
It's what it is. It's in the ocean. It's ocean chlamydia.
Did you hear about Mike? Right, I got the ocean chlamydia.
He's on a new show called The OC, but it's for ocean chlamydia.
Alrighty. A new survey asked people how much they spend on adult toys. Most people said $20 or less, but 3% of people have spent over $100 on a single toy.
I just buy them gently used. I find you save money that way.
Steal them from people.
Yeah. It's like a used car, We did an inspection. Seems good to us.
Factory certified.
Yeah.
Water damage warranty.
We got our dildo fax report. Yeah, according to this, the Kelly Pink Book, it says here that
Starbucks is testing out a new cup that's recyclable and compostable. Didn't they already do that?
They keep getting here was the problem. So they had put out what they believe to be compostable cups, and I believe this comes from the people that deal with composting itself. Said, look, man, the cup's a great idea, but the plastic lining on the inside to keep the coffee hot, we have to separate that from the rest of the cup.
Aha!
So you can imagine they're like, look, just either make the damn thing plastic with their plastic, or make the whole thing compostable, but not both.
Gotcha. A drunk driver in Indiana drove into a liquor store and completely destroyed the place.
It was like a little tiny hut, like a fruit stand type looking building.
A little bit bigger, but I get what you're saying.
It was a temporary looking building, but obviously it was
a liquor hut.
And he basically just drove through it. It was almost like if you were to have like a bigger shed in your backyard, like if you had a real big tractor or something, it's gone. I mean, the whole thing is gone. Like, it's not that he drove through it.
He ended it.
Gone.
Damn.
Right. The whole thing is gone.
There really is like 2 shell frame pieces that are alive, and everything else just completely
Roof is gone. Everything is gone. Blew out the freezer, blew out everything.
Taco Bell is rolling out a new item this week called the Triple Lupa.
Did you see a picture of this thing?
Triple Lupa. No, I did not.
Robin showed this to me this morning, and if she didn't explain what it was, like every once in a while, Ted, you've commented on this. You had a weird hot dog. People couldn't believe you ate it. Miles, you ate that mushroom that you said looks weird.
Didn't look right.
So when I looked at it's like that. There's something about it that your mind does not want to accept that something should look like this.
Oh, wait a minute. That's not what I thought it would look like, though.
That doesn't look right, right?
Well, it's like 3 of them formed together.
Yeah, that's just...
It's like that giant sub from Quiznos.
I saw a weird angle on it.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to get one and wash it down with a summer shandy.
I'll see.
Hostess just announced a new line of bottled iced lattes from Hostess.
Ooh,
lattes. The lattes are flavored with different Hostess desserts like Twinkies, Ding Dongs, and Snowballs. Out.
Snowballs.
Latte.
A lot of coconut.
Oh, that's the coconut one. Yeah.
A woman in Texas got quite a shot. Her son's field trip to the rodeo.
What happened?
I'll tell you all about it now from now.
Thank you, Mike Hawk. Headlines are on the way 1 hour from now. First, let's get a contestant on the line for Profile This. We'll take caller 9 at 844-999 or live.
Hola! The shenanigans continue on the Men's Room Radio Network.
Odyssey now has hundreds of new exclusive music stations for you to discover your new summer soundtrack.
Get moving with worthy workouts for a cardio sesh fueled by today's top artists.
Hanging with your crew? Throw it back with Picnic Party for old school jams for your cookout.
Or sail away with Odyssey's new yacht rock station, Jugger Yacht.
There are hundreds of new exclusive stations to check out today.
For summer barbecues,
road trips,
or relaxing poolside.
For every mood, every interest, every passion. By Odyssey. Brought to you in part by Macy's and Geico.